Hello, everybody. All right, here we are, Module 6. Almost done. You guys are almost done with the course. Can you believe it, how quickly it has gone? All right, let's talk a little bit about last week. Last week was a pretty standard week. You had your learning activity and a quiz. Learning activities, I've just about have everything graded as of today, but if you don't see your grades on there, give me another day, and by Wednesday, which is tomorrow, everything should be graded. But so far, I've got most of it done. Nice job with the learning activities on cost allocations. So a lot of you are getting the full points for that. So I think everybody is hitting the stride, getting pretty much full points, or knowing how to get full points on those assignments as we enter the final full 2 weeks of the course. So let me talk about this week. It's a little bit different, and then we'll also take a look at our last week. So let's jump into the modules. We'll minimize my picture here. All right, so this week, pay attention to the due dates. So I've been talking about it, and here it is. So here's your learning activity is going to be made into extra credit, okay? And if you want it, it's there for you. You have until the end of the course to turn it in. So if you want to wait, see how many points you got, see if you need it, that's fine. But just make sure it's in by the end of the course, because that Monday morning, I go in, I look at what was submitted. I have to have everything graded by about noon on Monday. But if it's there, I'll grade it and I'll add it to your totals. So the learning activity will be a topic paper. It's there if you want it to do it. Okay, and that's 35 points, which is pretty significant. So if you lost a few here or there, you can make them up and then some by doing that extra credit. We have our standard quiz that will be due at the end of the week, but I'm also introducing the second case study that will be due at the end of the course. So I want to introduce it this week. If you want, you could finish it this week, but you have all the way until the end of the course to complete the second case study. Now, again, most of you did really well on the case study, the last one that we had, so hopefully you feel a little bit more confident. But just remember, like I've said before in other weeks of the class, just kind of read the instructions and put a good faith effort in there. And in this case, for the case study, you will choose 2 questions to answer below, and make sure that you are answering those in 1 or more full paragraphs. And since you're only doing 2 questions, guys, I'm going to want to see nice, robust, you're picking only 2 of these 4 questions. I want to see nice, robust paragraphs, okay? No 2 sentences. So make sure they're, and it's not going to be that hard. Maybe you spend an hour to 2 hours on this to knock out 2 really well answered questions from the case study. So maybe this week you kind of read over the case study, highlight some things, or pick the questions that you think that you may want to answer, highlight some stuff in the case study that kind of applies, and then synthesize it together in those nice full 1 or more paragraphs per answer. Okay, so you'll get the full points. But remember, that's due at the end of the course. All right, so let's go back to Module 6 real quickly here, and I think that's pretty much what I wanted to cover, was that the case study is not due until next week. And learning activity, which is extra credit, due whenever you want to turn it in, as long as it's in before the end of the course. All right, let's take a quick sneak peek at Module 7. So I will offer you another extra credit as well in Module 7, so it's there if you want it. And then I'm going to show the final exam to you, because I know exams can be kind of stressful. So if you haven't already looked ahead, I want to just kind of, in the next few seconds here, just kind of give you a look ahead too, because you may want to start working on this now. This is my famous design your own final. So what you can do here is, from the 50 questions below, you can pick 25. So pick 25 that resonate with you. Again, you are going to want your answers to require 1 to 5 complete sentences. So some of these, Medicare, Medicaid, relatively easy to answer, but not relatively easy to answer in one sentence. So do strive for some nice rounded answers to these in order to make sure you get the full points. So there you go. Design your own final. You guys can start working on that if you want. I do ask that you have that in a Word document, and please put the number of the question that you've picked and the question. So let's say you pick question number 27, then you put the question, and then you'll answer that with what? A couple of nice sentences, maybe 2 to 3, and you know you're safe. 1, that'd be a little like sketchy. It's got to be like something super easy if you're only going to answer with one sentence. So I think I'd shoot for that sweet spot, about 2 to 3 sentences per answer on each one of those questions. And you'll be absolutely golden in the design your own final. And almost always students get the full points on that, unless, you know, they haven't done all 25 questions or they just answered it with 3 words. So there you go. All right, guys. That is pretty much it for this week. Kind of a simple week. But don't let this week, with its minimal deliverables, lull you into a sense of, relaxation too much. I would at least do a little bit maybe on the design your own final or work on the case study this week. So your final week in the course isn't, so stressful as you're kind of buttoning up everything. So, all right, well, there you go. That is it. Everybody have a fantastic week, and I'll check in with you next week.